This is my. This was the events that happened in the year I was born. On January 4th, the day after accepting the head coach position as the New York Jets, Bill Belichick resigned. On January 9th, Dan Marino wins the last career NFL game. On January 17th, the 27th American Music Awards give the awards to Shania Twain and Will Smith. On January 1st, the opening of St. Mary's Holy Doors by Pope John Paul II. January 9th, 26th People Choice Award. Choice chose Harrison Ford and Julia Roberts to win motion picture. My past. What did you do for my baptism?
So at the time when you were born, I had 4 children. And I was living in New Jersey, which I still live in New Jersey. And they were little, because I think Mary was a real little baby, because she's only a couple of months older than you. And your mom asked me if I would be your godmother, which I was very honored to be. And she didn't really expect me to come down. Like she was okay. Like if I didn't, I said I'm coming. So, because it was very honored. And so I told my husband I really want to go down for my godson's baptism. I was very excited. And what we did is my husband, he watched 4 of these 4 children. Now let's see, that was 17 years ago, so you have to understand that that was actually an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 5.5-year-old, and a newborn. Okay, or not a newborn, she was like 1.
Or 2 or something.
Yeah, she was like 1, because she's 18. And he agreed to watch the babies so I could come to your baptism. And so I contacted my cousin, and her name, she's your extended cousin. Her name's Maria, because Maria is a travel agent. And I said, hey, I want to go down to see my sister. Could you get me a flight? And she said, oh, I want to come too. So we both met at Newark Airport, which was far from me, and it was kind of far for her, but we met there. My husband had all 4 children in tow. We got on the airplane and we waited on standby, and it was hysterical because Maria is a real big girl and she had a very big pocketbook that was gigantic. And so we were going to sit separate from each other. And she convinced this man that was like sitting next to where I was going to sit, if she could sit there and she could change places with him, because she was like, can I please sit next to my cousin, because we don't get to see each other and we're going down for this special occasion of baptism. So she convinced, and he moved, because God help him, So what happened was we came down. It was really, really, really fun. We got to see your mom and your dad and your Aunt Becca, and I think that was her husband, right? That was her husband, your Aunt Becca's husband, and also your grandparents were there, and we had a really nice visit with them. And I got to hold you because you were being baptized. You were a little bitty baby, and it was great. And then I got on the airplane and I went home.
Um,
Luke's mom. I gave birth to him when I was like 33. I was married to his dad for 3 years. And then we decided maybe it was time to make a baby. So we went to dinner, we talked about it,
mm-hmm.
and boom. It was about a month later or so, we made a baby. And it was Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And we were very happy. He was a very quiet baby. He was so quiet that one time we were driving in a car and we got stuck in traffic. And he was a little baby. He was in the baby seat in the backyard. And he didn't cry. He didn't do anything. He just sat there, just real quiet. And his dad and I started laughing because we said, wow, what if our baby's that lazy that he's too lazy to cry? And then he started crying. So that proved he wasn't that lazy. I had to climb over the back seat to go and soothe him because he wouldn't stop crying, and then we had to pull over after that, so he really showed us. But he was a really good baby. He was such a good baby that he, without him talking, talked us into having another baby because we thought all babies were that good. But they weren't. But Luke was, and is, one of the sweetest people that I know.
Okay. Hey, Aunt Dina, what did you think when you were holding me?
You know, I thought that you were the most beautiful little boy that I had ever seen, except my son. But you know what was so striking about you is that you had some hair, but it was so blonde. It was like this blonde right here. It's a little blonde, and you were so cute.
I can't see that.
Yeah, I know you can't see it. See, it kind of glows in the dark over here.
Can't see that. Let me see.
Right there. So he was so cute, and he was blonde.
Bad camera work. No, it looks brown.
Well, you can't see. It's right here. It's right there.
It's under there.
And I thought you were so beautiful, and I was so happy to hold you, and it was just a really, really, just a wonderful experience for me, because I love little babies. I love you too, but I love little babies.
When I was a toddler and I came up to New Jersey with my parents, what did you think about me then?
Oh, you were so cute. You and your brother were so cute. And you're very active, like my grandson, Anthony.
That just popped a balloon.
Just so much fun. Running around. I remember you running around the house, and my sons chasing you around the house, and how they just loved playing with you because they're a little older, about 10 years or whatever. And I just remember how much fun you were having with the boys, and they had so much fun with you. And then later, when you came and Catherine was a little 5-year-old, I think she was. So you must have been, I guess, like, I don't even know how old, but she's
Wasn't she a baby in one of those rooms?
Yeah, she was little. She was about 5 or 4 or 2, I don't know. And you guys came, and you were a little older than her, and so you were chasing her around. And then Catherine crashed into the wall. Do you remember that?
No.
She crashed into the wall and she cut her eye. Do you remember that?
I do
You
remember
that, right? And you guys were so upset, Liam and Luke, that you guys were so upset. But later on, I found out that Catherine actually had like a lazy eye, so she couldn't see well out of one of her eyes. So she would cut the corners too. She was very active, but she would cut the corner too fast or too close to the corner, and that's how she cut her eye. And I'll never forget how your brother and you were so upset. You were like, little Catherine got her. Oh, little Catherine. And for like months after that, when you went home, you were like, how's baby Catherine? It's not a baby anymore.
Here comes my present.
Here's my favorite TV shows. Doctor Who, Once Upon a Time, Flash, Gotham, Arrow, and Supergirl. And, well, Supergirl actually goes last, and Legends of Tomorrow goes before that. Okay. I've always been a fan of DC Comics. Here comes my future. The car I want. I want kids. I want to get married. T-shirt job and make my own designs on it. Adios.